The rehearsal dinner. I said a few words at my son and daughter-in-law's wedding, sort of caught him by surprise. It went over okay. So Kayla and Jim was wondering if I could do the same thing. So if you bear with me, I'll do the best I can. I'm going to try to take you on a quick 12-year journey. So Jim said not to look at him, but I got him ready. So I know that everyone in the room here probably has said one time or another to yourself or to people sitting next to you, it's probably not a matter of if Jim and Kayla get married, it's just a matter of when. I'm here to tell you that it's not always been the case. I remember it like it was yesterday. Young 14-year-old Jimmy first came into our life. I looked at him. Good-looking boy, carried himself like an athlete, had good manners, said yes ma'am, no sir, held the door for my daughter. Skinny kid though. But you know what? I knew the Chamberlain boys from high school, and they were big, strong wrestlers, so I figured he's going to grow into that body. But then I started to think, why would I worry about that? They're 14 years old. We friend, girlfriend every month or two, they train them off. Here they go. Little did I know. It was all kind of innocent at the beginning. 1 month turned into 2 months, turned into 3 months. We caught them holding hands, passing little notes back and forth, buying Valentine's, going to Kenny Woodman and the stuffed animal. Before you know it, they're 16 years old. They're going to be able to drive. Come on, girl. They can drive cars. They can go on real dates now, alone. So what do? I get my daughter in a nice compact little car. I think it was a Nissan Sentra. I figured it'll last her through high school, through college, and it did. The tank survived. Well, here comes old Jimmy rolling into the driveway, proud as can be, in the ugliest, beat up, rusted out, blue Ford truck as you ever want to see. Out jumps Jim, says, "Hey Nick, you want to go for a ride?" I said, "Sure, Jim, let's go." I jump up into the truck. There's no seat belts to be found. Actually, the seat itself did not even work. It just flopped back and forth. And I swear, as we're driving along, I could see the road right through the floor. So we come back from our ride, and lo and behold, I look at my driveway, and what do I see? A big, ugly oil spot on my nice driveway. And you guys know what that did to me. I jumped out of the car and looked at Jim. I said, "Son, if you want to continue to date my daughter, you need to get a new vehicle." Which he did eventually. Well, they're in high school now. They're still together. Not unusual. It happens, I guess. High school was kind of a blur. They were both athletes. Football season turned into basketball season, turned into softball season, and started all over again. Every Friday night was the same thing. I'd come home from work, there'd be 2 large pizzas from Jake's Pepperoni, one for me and my family, one for Jim. Well, he wasn't 135 pounds for long. He just kept on growing and growing. They went to the freshman dinner dance and the freshman prom. They went to the sophomore dinner dance and the sophomore prom. They went to the junior dinner dance and the junior prom. About that time, my son moved out and went to college because the house looked like Cinderella lived there, and the thing was overrun with prom dresses. Kayla's closet was full, Nick's closet was full, and she's coming down to take mine. And I believe they went to the senior prom as well. So there you go, 4 years. We're still together all the way through high school. Again, not unusual, it happens, but now we've hit a crossroads. Everybody knows what happens when you graduate from high school, right? Everybody scatters and goes their own way. Bree said bye, went to Duquesne, Meg went to Cal, a lot of the girls went to WVU, Kayla chose Penn State, Jimmy chose his own path, a good one. He decided to go into trades. He was going to spend 4 years studying hard as an apprentice, going to school, working, which is a good thing to do. The only difference is They're not together every day anymore. So everyone in the room, don't disagree with me. You're wondering what's going to happen now. Jim and Kay are separated. Well, you can say what you want about good old Jim, but his mama didn't raise any fool. This boy made more trips back and forth to Penn State than anybody had ever seen in her whole life. I believe Jim's truck could drive to Penn State without me being right. So he spent more time on campus. He probably should have got an honorary degree from Penn State. I believe most of the students knew Jim. About this time, Kelly came into our lives, then followed by Courtney and Carlin, and they all started to gather up. The students knew Jim by name. I believe some of the faculty knew Jim by name. And I hate to say this, but I know the campus police knew Jim by name. I don't know if Church was there with you on that one or not. He usually is. All right, so they made it all the way through college. It's still the Jim and Kayla show. Think about this. We're up to what, 9 years now? We're both together. We're about ready to hit another crossroads. About this time, it's time to be an adult. As a father, Jim may not know it, but I'm watching Jim close now. This is the guy that may want to marry my daughter, so I'm watching Jim. I watched Jim show nothing but love for his parents each and every day. I watched Jim love and respect his grandparents each and every day. I watched Jim care for his 2 sisters each and every day and what happened to them. I watched Jim become the kind of man that you could count on anytime you needed help. And you guys can shake your head around the room. Jim could work 8, 9 hours at his job, and he'd be there at a moment's notice to give you a hand. I watched Jim hold little babies and play with little children. Big, tough journeyman with a gentle touch. That's Jim. I watched Jim take care of his Pap Jack. And after Pap Jack was gone, I watched Jim tell anybody that would listen what a great man he was, serving our country in World War II. And finally, I watched Jim how he took care of my daughter, loved her. And about 1.5 years ago, I watched Jim come to me with the utmost respect, look me in the eye, shake my hand, and promise me that he would love, cherish my daughter, and take care of her for the rest of her life. That's the kind of man Jim had become. I watched my daughter become a young lady. She went from an exceptional student athlete to an exceptional student to a profession that I couldn't be more proud of what she's done, climbing the corporate ladder. She's a loving, caring daughter. I couldn't ask for anything else. She has so many friends, I can't even count. She's been asked to be in more weddings than anybody I've ever seen in the last 2 years. I watched Kayla hold those same babies and little children, and know when her time comes, she's going to make a wonderful mother. And I watched Jim promise her grandfather that she would hold his hand forever. And I watched her hold his hand until he took his last breath. Tomorrow, Kayla will have a piece of Pop's old blue t-shirt sewn somewhere inside her gown. That's the kind of young lady my daughter's become. I watched them together too. You guys have watched them too. I watched how when a song comes on, they sing all the words together. They sing a word. They can't sing at all, but they sing it together. I've watched them finish each other's sentence like an old married couple. They do it all the time. And finally, I've watched them dance in their apartment with no music playing at all. None. I think we've all been privileged to watch a 12-year love story between Kayla and Jim. As I look around the room, I see a lot of young fathers with little babies. Jay Jelly somewhere was yet. We watched your beautiful little girl, Kendall, get baptized 2 weeks ago. Uncle Bobby, Cody, with Braylon, Tiny over here with little Abby. And last but not least, my son, with his daughter and our granddaughter, Amelia. Gentlemen, I'm giving you some advice. Hold on to your little girls. Hold them tight. They're going to grow up very quickly. And one day, guess what? This is going to be you. That's going to be your shoes. The night before you walk your daughter down the aisle and hand her off to another man. And my wish for every one of you gentlemen is that you have the same happiness in your heart that I do tonight, knowing that you're going to put her hand in the hand of her soulmate. So yeah, we knew it was a matter of if, just a matter of when. When is tomorrow? We're going to have the biggest, baddest, loudest party we've ever seen. I'm afraid what these girls and boys are going to do. I have no idea. But we're going to have a great one. So if you would raise your glasses and so honor me. To Jim and Kay.